I like the way your sparkling ears lay against your skin so brown, and I wanna sleep with you in the deserts tonight, with a billion stars all around. I got a peaceful, easy feeling, and I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on the ground. And I found out a long time ago what a woman can do to your soul. That she can take you anyway. You don't already know how to go. I got a peaceful, easy feeling, and I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on the ground. I got this feeling and I know you as a lover and a friend, and this voice keeps whispering in my other ear, tells me I may never see you again, 'cause I got a peaceful, easy feeling, and I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on the ground, and I'm already standing. Yes, I'm already standing on the ground. Hey, how you doing out there, Guitar Heroes? All right, we got a little Eagles today for 1972, Peaceful, Easy Feeling. Pretty good hit for the Eagles. Great stuff. Well, I've been able to figure out how to sing this, and I can't hardly believe it. I only had to tune down a half, and I can actually sing it, and I was totally amazed. I must be singing a full octave down from where those guys are. That's the only thing I can come up with. Well, doesn't really matter. Okay, well, we've got a fairly straightforward tune. There's a couple of little quirks in here that makes this a little bit more difficult. We got a standard E, and then we got this suspended 4, which basically means putting down your third finger, and that would be on the G string. So rather than a E, with this finger on the first fret, you're going to bring this finger down and get that sound. So that's our intro. We're going back and forth between that and the E. Well, then we get an A, and we've got a B7. And then we've got something called a B7 add 4, which basically just means lift the pinky on that B7. And we do that at the end of each one of the verses. And then we have that pesky F sharp minor 7 bar chord. And basically, if you think about it, E minor bar chord, and so if you had an F minor, you'd just be taking that E minor form, slide it up to the second. Well, this is a minor So we're going to take the pinky off, and that's going to be our F sharp major 7. And I think that's all the chords there are. So not horrible, but a little bit tricky, especially the B7 and the going back and forth, because it does reverse on the second line. So rather than the B7 and lift up the pinky, you start with just the 3 fingers down and then put the pinky back on to go from that add 4 to a B7. There we go. Okay, we've got 3 verses, and we have a chorus that gets repeated numerous times, and then at the end we've got a little bit of an embellishment, and then of course there's a guitar solo, which we won't be covering, of course. All right, so E on the intro, and then that put down the pinky, that E sus4, back to E. And so now we're on an E, and we're right back to the beginning of the first verse. I like the way your sparkling earrings lay, back to A. E. Against your A, skin so brown, and then here's where we got our B7, brown, and then lift up the pinky for our B7 add 4. Second line, almost exactly the same. E. And I want to sleep with you in the E. Desert tonight, E. With a billion stars around. And now we're going to have that pinky up this time. All around, pinky up and then pinky down. And that's a pattern for the 3 verses that we have. Now let's take a look at the chorus. Obviously different because we've got at least a bar chord in there, one of them. We're going to come off the end of that second verse with a B7. 'Cause I got an A, peaceful, easy E feeling, coming up to an A. And I know you won't let me, and then here's where we have our bar chord. F sharp major 7, and then B7. 'Cause I'm E. Oh, and then we go back into 2 again. So usually what I try to do is I try to slide from that E minor kind of position. So I'm going to just take my 3rd finger, because that's the only one that's going to be down. And I've got it on the 2nd fret, because that's normally where I would put the E minor, but in this case I'm going to move over 1 more string, and then I'm going to slide up to the 4th fret, and then I'm going to lay my bar down. 'Cause I'm E already standing A, B7 on the ground, and then we have the E sus4, back to E, sus4, and then we would be going into the next verse. All right, so let's go down to the outro, which is basically kind of an extended chorus. We're going to come off that B7. 'Cause I got an A, peaceful, easy feeling, E, and then back to A. I know you won't let me down, and we got our old bar chord, F sharp minor 7, and then a B7, 'cause I'm E. Oh, and then our bar chord again, F sharp major 7, already standing A, B7, on the ground. And here's where it changes up. Oh, back to the bar chord, already standing A, B7. And this is probably the biggest change. Yes, I'm, and this is where the voice goes up. Yes, I'm E. Already standing A, B7 on the ground. it just like that. Okay, well, as far as the strumming goes, it is consistent throughout the whole song. There's nothing fancy about the strumming because there's lots of chord changes. You're changing fast enough, so there's not really much of a pattern. All right, so let's check out our strumming speed, and we'll get up to that first verse. I like the way you're sparkling in, babe. So I'm doing a little bit of palm music. And there's some up strums in there. I like the way you're sparkling in, against your skin so brown. And I wanna sleep with you in the desert tonight, with a billion stars all around. 'Cause I got a peaceful, easy feeling, and I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on the ground. So a nice medium pace, nothing fancy with the strumming, although I would always be adding in a little bit of palm muting to kind of help give you just a little bit of rhythm. All right, well, there you go. Peaceful, Easy Feeling by the Eagles, 1972. Hope you got something out of this lesson. Take it easy out there, and we'll see you next time.